tell us what was the fastest lap time today on qualifying?
Well, today it was hotter than last year. Last year we did 1:17.00, but it was 6 degrees less, so better condition. Today it was warmer, it was 31 the temperature at 8:35 a.m. And anyway, we concentrated and we did 1:16.84, so that's the new record in a way. But then I cooled down the tire the second to last lap, and the last lap, turn 6, we had already 1/10 of a second advantage. So I say, okay, this is gonna be like I go, il Giro della Morte, we say in Italy, it's the dead lap. A lap to die, let's say. And so in turn 6 or 7 now, I went in flat. And to do that, I anticipated a little the curve. And if that would go through, we would end with a 16.5. But it didn't went right. So the car hit a little the small step of the curb in the internal side and lost the balance, and then we didn't do it. But that simply means that we can go faster. So I can tell you that we already have a plan to improve this, and with some technical changing setup, and this should take us in the highest 15. Then clearly, if today was not raining but it was 22 degrees, then we would be already in the 15.8, 15.6, 7. Anyway, it's interesting, one other point of today lap at 1:16.8, that is 195.2 km/h average speed, which is the same average speed in Monza. I don't know if you know Monza circuit. Monza circuit is just a highway, it's just straight. And the average speed in Monza of the best lap is 195.28. Here is 195.3 today, so even faster, and we can go faster. Given it's a 4,100 meter more or less circuit and 18 turns, it means it's really fast, and it means you have a lot of G. So the car has a completely different setup. It's like more toward like Indianapolis than a normal Mugello or Misano. It's really special. That's why I love this circuit, because this circuit is a little cuckoo, in a way that even with the car, even the first day we came here, even if I know it, I was not in sync with the circuit, because it's so fast that when you enter the turn, you don't see the exit. In this circuit, we don't see the exit from the formula. So that means you have to feel when flat it out. If you wait to have an input from your view or some indicator, forget about the record. You're gonna just have a good lap time. But if you want to go to the limit, you have to go muscular memory. And in that way, like the big S, where you go left, right, drop left, then flat out, we enter completely flat, I leave it flat, and then you just cross the feet like, wah, and that's it. You do it like that, muscularly, otherwise you're fucked, sorry. Beep.
Do you think that your motorbike career helped you to become today the best rider and the owner of the absolute record?
I think it's both. Everything is difficult if you want to get to a certain point. I mean, when you start, your lap time go from 150, 140, 138 in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I don't know if you focus. Then start the job. Then when you go to the 10th of a second, start the real job. You need not yourself, you need a team, you need an engineer. Now, comparing motorbikes and cars, the only thing there is really the same is the goddess of speed, is what give you goosebumps, is the speed. I don't care about cars, personally. I don't care about motorcycle. Actually, I like more motorcycle. I like Harley Davidson. I raced also Harley Davidson in AmaPro in US. But I like Harley Davidson because I like them as a design. But driving, of course, I like superbikes and other things. But I'm not a fan of the machine, whatever it is. Bike. I'm a fan of reaching the physical limit on that instrument, in that track, where there are gravity, there are many physical factors. And to me, getting near to the limit of physics of that car or motorbike, whatever you want, of that circuit, in that planet, in that moment, is getting near to the laws of God, in a way. And that is what makes me really want to go faster and faster and see where is it, the limit. And when you're there in that flow and you do one lap, because when you do the record, for example, last year when we did the record, we did in the same session of qualify 2 times the same lap time, up to the 1,000 of a second, the same. So it means you enter a flow, and when you're there, your goddess of speed is driving you. Good if it doesn't let you down, because then it's a problem. But when it drives in you, that is, I cannot make a difference what is better, a bike, is better a car. I don't care. I remember biking Mugello during a championship. I was such in a good, condition that I had my smiling during qualify. I was laughing inside the helmet because of the beauty of it. So I cannot say what is better. It's just different. The car, I can tell you this, the motorbike is much more physical. I'm tired. You see, they're braking during the race. The car burns your nervous system. Your nervous system is what you use the most, because everything is much quicker. The turn, the last turn we brake 25 meters or 30 meters sometimes to the curves, and that, then you have to put like 3 gear down and this and that. Motorbike, it's interesting. After I was start racing formulas, and once I went to race the bike again, when I was stopping in Mugello at 150 meters in the big straight, I was braking and say, what I'm forgetting here? Why I'm not doing nothing? Because the bike has only one tire before it stops, right? When you come with a formula, in that one, we brake at 40 meters. So you come flat down, it's like, bam, 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 bam. You have to do so many things in the same time. So your nervous system is more on stress. At the same time, your body is less on stress. And particularly when you crash.
Yeah. This season went so far.
Good.
And what are your plans for the future?
Last year, this was my last race. We did the record and I stopped because I lost some important person in the family. And I didn't race till the beginning of this year. I didn't know if I would race again. But then I started racing. We were fast immediately. We won. We are leader in the Italian Championship now. Now we will do in September. We start racing the Euro Formula, where everybody is older than me. They are like 16, 21. Now, as soon as I get like 16, I can race. So I want to go toward the strongest existing, and they're like those guys, And I will do 3 races there as a wildcard for this year, probably next year the World Championship. So this year was a good year, and we are faster in every circuit. That is still good. Until you're faster, it means there is space to be even faster. Yes. I always think that when you don't go fast anymore, is more because your brain is no more interested in, for some whatever reason it can be, Okay, sometimes age, this and that, but that is a bullshit. Yeah. Okay, if you're 80, of course, but there is a lot you can do in training and focusing, and do a lot of particularly in some difficult qualify. I do meditation at least like 5-6 minutes before, to reduce the nervous energy consumption. So you don't think about who's doing this and that and this and that and 30 car, no. Your brain is gonna go around everywhere. You have to tame it and think about what your hands feel in that moment, what your feet feel in that moment. So when then is the moment to get in, your brain say, oh, let's go. You don't bullshit around with something that is useless, So age is something that matters, but you can extend your racing, career.
Of course. So we wish you all the best, all the luck.
Thank you. Ciao, Horvatia. Ciao.